Hey, what is up, investors? Jason here. So I want to talk about two EV companies that are not publicly traded yet, that both could be going public here very soon. One through a SPAC merger, and one through its own listing on the stock market. One is Polestar, and one is Rivian. Now, I've talked about both these EV companies, talking about how Polestar could be going public through a SPAC merger with GGPI. Still waiting on an official announcement, but if that does happen, that stock could potentially really break out. And then the other thing is that we know that Rivian is a company that is looking to have an IPO here soon. And if Rivian does, then this is going to be another big game changer to the entire EV space, because both Polestar and Rivian are companies that have some pretty big backing behind them. Polestar has Volvo and Geely in China, and Rivian has companies like Amazon and Ford. And we also know that Rivian is having 100,000 vehicles that are ordered by Amazon that they are making for them, with 10,000 of them being delivered here, I think, by like next year. So a lot going on with Rivian, and one to definitely be watching, a big game changer to the entire space, just because of that whole affiliation that they have with Amazon and Ford. So in this video, I want to get to this. I want to talk about both these companies and talk about, how this could be a big game changer for all these other EV companies that are out there. So as we get to it, if you don't mind, please do me a huge favor. Please be sure to smash, destroy, annihilate, or gently press that like button. Helps me a lot with the YouTube algorithm and helps spread these videos to more people that might find it interesting. Also, subscribe if you have not already. And if you are interested in being a Patreon, helping support this channel even more, and joining the private Discord, I do have one. Link is in the description. Thank you to all the Patreons. Now let's get to it. So we'll talk first about GGPI. Now, don't let this graph confuse you, because it's only a drop here of less than 2%, $10 to $9.82. So nothing too crazy here. Just looks a little bit more intimidating than it actually is. But Polestar could possibly be going public through a SPAC merger with Gores Guggenheim, ticker symbol GGPI. And this could be a very interesting deal because of how big of a branding name that Polestar has been building for itself. Now, it's been over a month since the rumors started floating around that SPAC Gores Guggenheim, GGPI, could merge with the premium electric vehicle company Polestar. On July 8th, Bloomberg published a report saying that Polestar is in talks to go public through a merger with GGPI. It also added the deal could value the company at around $25 billion, which is pretty insane to think about, too. So I think that Polestar could be a game changer is that Polestar already has a lot of that foundation figured out in comparison to what a lot of these other newer EV companies are still working on. Polestar is one that already has the whole foundation laid out, and they already have the labor figured out. And Volvo South Carolina factory is already planning to invest $118 million to start manufacturing these vehicles and start getting these in the hands of consumers. So there's a lot to look forward to with Polestar, and with those names that are behind it, getting those vehicles in the hands of the consumers by using showrooms and all that stuff that the companies already have, properties that the companies already have, and that retail space to really get those vehicles in the hands of the consumers is one that's already set in stone. So Polestar is more of a turnkey type company operation, and that's what really separates them from a lot of these other newer competitors that are trying to get their name out in this space. Now, I think that also for let's go to Rivian now. Now, Rivian has a lot of these same factors that Polestar has, just because Rivian was able to get in with these much larger companies very early on, and they were able to invest a lot of money into them, which makes Rivian one that isn't going to be one that's going to be going anywhere, in my opinion, just because of the fact that Amazon has already planned to order 100,000 vehicles from them. And actually, if you were to go to the Amazon website right now on this particular day, August 22nd, and I don't know how long it's going to be or much after, but if you scroll through a bit, you can get to Amazon talking about their 100,000 electric delivery vehicles and how they're just now getting started on these orders and start getting these vehicles in production. It's also even available on the mobile application for it, at least on my iPhone. I was able to also find that they are promoting their partnership with Rivian and their delivery vehicles there. So that is a big catalyst as well for Rivian. It's hard to say that a company would go bankrupt in their starting stages when they already have an order that's so large, and the company that's buying those vehicles is an investor into that, which would completely prevent it from failing. And none of that, one of the largest or the best-selling pickup truck company, Ford, is a backer of Rivian. So Rivian is looking to go public here in 2021 from what we hear, and that could be a deal that could be valued upwards around like 50 to even like $70 billion. And that's another interesting one to really be watching, because Rivian has a very large factory already that used to be a Mitsubishi factory, and they're planning to build another factory in Texas to produce even more vehicles. And this factory could cost possibly $5 billion, and the project would create up to 75,000 jobs and provide a big economic boost for whichever city it chooses. But it was looking like it's possibly Fort Worth, Texas is the place where it's going to be. And my understanding is that I heard that this is going to be something that is going to be part of a partnership with Samsung, who is looking to start building batteries as well, because Samsung is the one that's going to be making the lithium batteries for Rivian. So that's already a deal that they have worked out. And so they're going to need a place to be able to start producing those batteries, and having the place for the batteries inside of an actual factory is very convenient for Rivian to have that access to. So it can be like basically like another gigafactory type thing, like what Tesla would use. Rivian is really looking to pounce on that ground that Tesla, for the most part, has been controlling for a long period of time. And Rivian already has that very large factory in Illinois, their factory that they bought from Mitsubishi. So Rivian is a company that has the capabilities to really start manufacturing a lot of vehicles. Now, there's been a lot of setback with Rivian because of the pandemic has really gotten in the way of them running their business, and they're behind on getting their pre-orders out from when they planned on doing so. But now they are still saying that they're going to start getting these first trucks out here by the end of this year. So they're going to start having customers that are going to start taking deliveries of these. We already know that Amazon has taken some deliveries of their vehicles. So the future for Rivian is very bright. It's going to be very interesting to watch what happens this one, especially with the valuation that the company has, with that between $50 and $70 billion. And it's possible that they would not go public because they do have so much cash that they have raised. And Amazon has really put up a lot of money to be sure that Rivian is one to stay. But we're going to have to watch it. I think that when this company does go public, if they do go public this year, this is going to be a big game changer to the entire industry. It's going to be one that's going to be up to par with Tesla, and it's going to be some serious competition for the entire vehicle market. So anyways, I'd like to hear your guys' thoughts about Polestar and Rivian. Both these could possibly be going public this year, and so I'm thinking definitely be keeping an eye on these, be keeping up with the updates and seeing what is in store. So with that being said, I'd like to hear your guys' thoughts and opinions. Please like, share, comment, subscribe. New videos coming out on my channel all the time. Thank you guys for watching. I will see you all in the next video coming very soon.